curriculum, but like young people want to just consume because they think it's awesome, right? I mean, I think partnerships can be helpful, but I think you have to go out there and start building up your own library stuff somehow, right? Be it like paying people equity, begging, pleading, I don't know what, taking people rants. Teacher, I'm not gonna let you go. I mean, like, I'm exaggerating. Like, you gotta find a way to do it. So, yeah, I can't encourage you enough to just be super scrappy. That's the only way to do it. So, yeah, you were next.
Yeah, so it's kind of like two things.
Yeah.
So I built like this like super sexy streaming.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. So I built it with users.
Yeah.
So like we did a lot of like surveys, a lot of like going to market research, right? So we've got this huge database of people asking me, okay, when is it like really launching that like a fine product, right? So one of the questions that I had is like I was brainstorming around, okay, fine, how do I monetize this database of users that are eager? So one of the things that I wanted to do is go to market, because we have like this like curve, right? So we got to go to like 12,000 users until like we break even with like mainstream content and so on and so forth. So I brought that down from like I think it was 18 or 20 by introducing mixtape content to it. That's my gray area now. So my mixtape content is like, it's like a super gray area because you know there are samples and so on and so forth.
Yeah, of course.
And you know, like normal mainstream platforms never get away from that, right? So we reduced like streaming number of streams by introducing that. So what I wanted to do is like monetize the current database that I have and say, okay, let me launch an Indiegogo platform, Indiegogo campaign, right? And then say like, look, for like 6 months subscription, you get like a T-shirt from your favorite independent artist and so on and so forth, and like use that to basically, you know, get X amount of users, so that when I do mass launch, I'm at least launching from, you know, a higher point.
Of course.
But, so that was one of the hacks that I just wanted to get your thoughts on.
No, I mean, stuff like that's cool, right? But with the Indiegogo platform, you have to make sure you're offering things that are like really cool. So T-shirts like cool, but that's kind of been done, right? Can you like partner with some of the coolest musicians here in Botswana and say, hey, have a date. Today's Valentine's Day. Have a date with fucking one of the hot rising young guys, right? Or girls, right? Or like, hey, you know, get fucking VIP cool access to a concert, and that's all through your platform, right? And then you give equity, give that, you know, that artist who does this cool, you know, goes on a date with some random stranger, give him or her like 1% of the company, right? Like, or the cool mixtape, like if you get very exclusive things, that might make your Indiegogo campaign better, or also might kind of make your brand like, oh, what is the name of your company? It's called Unsigned, right?
Unsigned.
Yeah, Unsigned, yeah. So like, oh man, Unsigned's awesome. They get all these cool artists, and then also Unsigned's a place to go when you want to like interact with your artists, right? And you might get lucky type of thing, right? So you start adding stuff like that, it makes a big deal, right? And and also like, I mean, these other music platforms I mentioned, they had like some kind of weird unique thing. So maybe you could go out there and scrap your way to kind of having a unique offering that no one else does. But that gray area you're talking about, the mixtape, that's in the right direction, right? And how do you promote it? How do you make sure people know this is where you get the coolest mixtape? This is where you get like the coolest unreleased shit that never came out yet, right? That just could take time. That's word of mouth and stuff again. Hope making super viral, super spreadable, super embeddable everywhere. But there's other things you can do to kind of build your brand or kind of connect it to your brand that can make it really sexy. And then people are like, oh yeah, Unsigned, that's the place where to go. Right? So,
you know, one of the other things that we wanted to do was we wanted to completely remove features from our current minimum viable product and just focus on strictly streaming.
Yes, that's good.
And because mixtape content is also free, what we wanted to do is just have, you know, what you want in terms of mixtapes, you get it on Unsigned. Right? And eventually when you get to your 13,000 users, they introduce, okay, mainstream content. And that is a way of scaling. So would that be a unique end, or am I already isolating people?
No, okay, so I think you stick to mixtape. I think you can get to hundreds of millions of people with mixtapes only. And so let me like challenge you here, right? So you're saying 13,000 or 15,000, that's way too small, right? Like you need to have a goal like I need millions of users, right? So people won't take you seriously. If you're building a consumer product, and all my companies are consumer oriented, they won't take you seriously unless you're growing about 5% per week, right? So, okay, in the beginning, you know, from 100, okay, there's 105, but it has to grow pretty fast. So from 13,000, you should be getting to like, you know, 15,000 to 20,000 to 60,000 pretty quickly, right? So I challenge you, the number in your head should be, we need to get to about 1 million or 2 people. Then it becomes real interesting. Right then, before that, it's not.
Another, just in closing, right? Because it's a social element, there's a social element to it, and it's a music play. One of the things that we were looking to explore, right? So you stream the mixtape content, but because another great area, because piracy is like super huge in Africa, right? What we wanted to include in our platform is you can play music that you already have on your phone. So people are on this platform to like interact and find, okay, what's the latest music that's out there? And then already they go pirate on their own and then put it on their platform and then play it. And interact like, yo, I've listened to this song, so on and so forth, check it out and so on. So what we stream is mixtape content, but we allow you to play music that's already on your phone. And then when we get those numbers, then we say, okay, no, now stream the music. Because one of the leverages that we wanted to have to navigate from that is, okay, so if you have music that you pirated, right, and I check it out, I'm like, hey, that's a good song, right? And I don't have it on my library, then I'll stream it. So what we wanted to do is, okay, you got the social element, and I check out, okay, Paul's listening to the song, I don't have it on my phone, so then let me stream it, because I see he's listening to it, and stuff like that, right? So it's one of the great areas that we're thinking of like, launching. Just wanted to get to like 2 minutes.
I mean, it's what Napster did at the beginning, right? They weren't able to transform, but then, like I said, YouTube kind of had some of the stuff, they cleaned it up over time, right? But it got people onto the platform and thinking about the platform, and then the platform then steered them away from it. But there was like the initial way to get them on there, and then say, hey, it's not so nice. But yeah, in the beginning, that's maybe not the worst thing that could happen.
Okay, so lastly, as a challenge, right? Because you like challenged me, right? So what like KPI can I get to so I can like engage you? Because I'm already gonna like email you every month.
I'm saying,
but like
5% every week growth. They show me that for 3 months straight, then we could talk really seriously.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, please.
Sorry.
Oh.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Good morning.
How are you?
Very good.
Very good, thanks.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hey.
Morning.
Just stopping by.
Yeah, please. That's good.
On my way to the
To your important
other
HE
places.
meeting or whatever it's called.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dimana Tuareg. How's your morning?
Awesome.
What's going on? Is he hogging the stage?
No.
No.
Very good,
Everyone is
polite,
hogging the
awesome,
stage.
asking great questions, right? So
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. So we asked Paul to come interact with you here, a smaller group, so that you can have these exact kind of discussions, and hopefully you will take these discussions elsewhere and share with others what it takes to be mentored by guys like Paul, and to be financed. I hope you're also talking about that.
Yeah, of course, there's been more questions about that.
To be financed by VCs such as himself. And then we can start creating that kind of an ecosystem that supports startups in Botswana. It's baby steps, and of course we all agree that we are not where we want to be as a country. But there's these kind of opportunities that can help us to really start thinking about some more deliberate actions on creating that startup capital. But it's not for us at Trade. It is really your ecosystem, and we want to get your feedback after this and after the afternoon, mid-morning. It's